What's good, YouTube? Black Arena JKO 2013 here, and I'm bringing you guys a battle with my friend Ash. Now, I met Ash over game chat because, game chat is pretty good. So also I met my friend Darren, aka Majora's Mask, although there's millions of Majora's Masks. But anyway, let's get into the battle. The reason why we had this battle was because I got a Shaman from him, and he wanted to see it in battle. So this has no EVs, I don't know how, all the IVs either. And so we're battling, and he sends out the Yveltal. I let off with the Shaman. I'm like, crap! So, I'm really scared of this Yveltal and what it's going to do. And I'm thinking, you know what? It's probably going to go for Oblivion Wing. So I swap out Shaman, and I go out into Rotom. And sure enough, he goes for Oblivion Wing. Nice and predictable. So, Oblivion Wing does a solid amount. And this Rotom actually has Charge. And he goes for Phantom Force here, and I'm like, well, I got a nice prediction of going for Charge, so I get the special attack boost, or special defense boost. And the next electric type move that I use will be more effective than it normally would. So he goes for Phantom Force, Rotom eats it up, and then I go for the Volt Switch on the Yveltal. One shot. And I'm like, oh my god, did that just happen? So, Rotom is amazing, obviously. I just got what's it called? Yveltal. So I switch out into Shaman. He goes out into this Tornadus. I'm like, crap. He goes for Thrash. I'm thinking, why don't you have, like, Air Slash or Air Cutter? I go with the Substitute. Substitute, nice and powerful Substitute. And he has Regenerator. I'm pretty sure he has Regenerator on this when I'm thinking of the battle. So I'm like, well, I might as well go for the Worry Seed. As I do in just a second. I am speeding up. I'm sorry. Worry Seed. And he does have Regenerator. And it goes to Insomnia or whatever that is. I have no clue what that does. But he has Hurricane. I'm like, why didn't you go for that in the first place? But anyway. So I go into Gale King, my Aggron. And this is actually my Mega Aggron, but I don't Mega Evolve because I don't want to. And I'm going to eat this Hammer Arm up. And I'm going to survive 50 HP. His speed falls, and I go for the Stealth Rock. Because this also has support. So Stealth Rock is not my lead, although I should have probably led with it. However, he goes for Fly, and I'm like, what kind of moveset does he have? So I go for the Head Smash, trying to get some damage off. And he goes for Fly, and I'm like, wow, that did 9 damage. I ate that up. This Head Smash is going to bop the Tornadus. It's out. Aggron, by itself, is amazing. I've always liked Aggron. So now he goes out into Charizard, and I'm thinking, why do you have... Okay. So he goes out into Charizard X, and I'm like, huh. Charizard X is physical attacking, right? I should be able to eat anything up that he has. No, it's special attacking. And I was so scared because I'm like, I've never seen this before. And it turns out, Charizard X, it's a special attacker too. The only reason people weren't physical attacking is because it gets Tough Claws. So he goes for this Fire Blast as my endgame Staraptor from Diamond and Pearl. And I eat it up. So this thing has 1 IV and I believe it's HP. It has horrible IVs and speed. Brave Bird is going to demolish this Charizard, and I was shocked. Because honestly, I don't know the IVs, like each individual IV. Like they do in Liquid Crystal. It's a horrible game. But he goes out to his other Charizard. This one's the shiny one. And I'm like, why didn't you switch out to this one? And I go for the Roost. And he goes for some other move. He goes for Flamethrower. And I would honestly go for Flamethrower too, just because Fire Blast is a chance of missing. But I live with 10 HP, and I could just Sheer Saw another one, but I'm like, you know what? Let's just speed this thing along. I end up knocking out the Charizard with the Brave Bird. So Staraptor goes down, but it took out 2 Charizards. 2. So I go out into Ruby, my Golduck. The reason it's called Ruby is not from Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. It's the ruby on its head. But he goes for the Zygarde, and I go out to my Ruby. and he goes for Earthquake. And I'm like, I hope this doesn't kill. I eat it up. Honestly, Golduck is amazing. It's bulky. He almost one-shot. I was so sad it did not one-shot. Ruby's going to go for the Ice Beam here, and I'm going to kill. So I'm like, oh my god, Golduck killing the legendary. Never thought that would happen. But he goes out to his Rayquaza. And I'm thinking, so I go for the Ice Beam, and of course he misses because he goes for Fly. So Fly lands, and it kills me. But Golduck is not one to be messing around with. So I go out into Toad, my Politoed, and he goes for the Outrage. And I'm like, eat it up, eat it up, eat it up, eat it up, eat it up! Eat it up, 40 HP. Ice Beam. Completely obliterated. This is my in-game Politoed, but I beat Ash, and it was a great battle, Ash. And I hope I can battle you again sometime. But this is my first... Oh my gosh. Sorry about that. I'm recording this on my phone. This is my... this is my first YouTube video. And I will be posting more in the future. But anyway, this is Lacarina JKO 2013 here, and I'm out.